Hello, I am Chelsea Davis, and the presentation is going to be on changing American attitudes towards LGBTQIA persons. So, to get started, I'm going to identify the acronym of LGBTQIA. It's kind of big. I know when I first learned about LGBTQ people, it was just LGBTQ. I was talking to my family, and they knew it as LGBT. So everything is constantly evolving, it's constantly growing, but to get started, it is lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, and asexual. Other representations of this has been defined as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, transsexual, asexual, and ally. There are other categories of individuals that don't have a letter in this acronym but still affect the attitudes of society and still help create viewpoints and feelings and emotions that we experience in everyday life. These individuals in society are a dominant minority group and have surprisingly similar attitudes in which they express to the general public. They impact societal norms as well as have specific social roles within the societies that they choose to be a part of. America, surprisingly, is moving toward acceptance of this group as well as the values and the opinions that the group has and expresses in an astonishing quick rate. And a lot of scientists and sociologists, people who study this don't really understand why. Because the original cohort, it's not because the original cohort of individuals has died and a new progressive unit has taken its place, but more of the fact that it's just change, it's progressive thoughts, it's actual emotions changing. The rate of change in attitudes is few and far between, but it's gotten even progressively better since the early 90s and the late 80s. More action has been done to incorporate all individuals rather than just some. Inclusion started with the attempt to eliminate derogatory words from everyday language, so like gay gay is still used, but it's more specific rather than an overarching umbrella that just encompasses everybody who is different. So that's when LGBT came, and then LGBTQIA is now the preferred term. In 1993, only 22% of Americans said they had a close friend or a family member who was gay or lesbian. As of 2014, 65% of Americans reported having such relationships. And as you can imagine, that number is constantly growing. I know that you could probably not throw a pin and hit someone who doesn't know or understand or accept or have knowledge of LGBTQIA people. It's that common. The attitudes are that accepting, and most people don't judge as much. It's not as nasty. To hear someone say nasty words, to hear someone have the harsh attitudes that like the early 80s, 70s, 60s, 40s, 50s had is so uncommon, and more people judge those people rather than the people who are LGBTQIA. So I think that America is becoming slowly relatively progressive. It's hypothesized that these shifting attitudes are the results of individuals updating their own personal opinions based on those that they look up to, people that they admire, or the fact that they know someone, have a friend or a family member in the LGBTQIA group. The individuals are active as social citizens who are interlocked in all of different institutions in life and are putting themselves as a advocate, as a banner of saying, hey, this is me and I'm okay, and you shouldn't judge me because we're friends, or you shouldn't judge my other friends because they're not bad people, it's just something that they choose to do. And all things are possible. The last thing, I guess, in conclusion, would be that anyone can be an ally, which is half of what sometimes the A could be identified as. An ally is someone who doesn't identify as LGBTQIA, but who has friends or family or feels supportive of those who are in the groups. An ally is just someone who, if you hear a nasty comment, you would say, hey, don't say that. I don't believe that, or that's not okay to say anymore. It's just the knowledge and the acceptance, the tolerance, the incorporation, the inclusion of these people, and you being a heterosexual person standing in that gap and saying, look, I'm going to help them because this is how I feel and this is how they feel and it's okay. And that is my conclusion. Thank you so much.